Welcome to our first lesson all about vocabulary for IELTS Writing Task 2. Now, I've split vocabulary into two lessons, and today you'll be learning to really understand what topic-specific vocabulary is. Also, by the end of the lesson, you'll know how to improve your topic-specific vocabulary and where you can do this. Let's get started with this first lesson in IELTS writing vocabulary. So, as I said, this lesson will be teaching you about topic-specific vocabulary. It's really good to know a lot of this kind of vocabulary. And it means basically vocabulary that is related only to a topic. For example, lecturer really belongs to the topic of education. Now, as you know, in your IELTS you are scored highly on lexical resource, which means the range of your vocabulary. It's difficult to improve the level of your vocabulary and it can take a lot of time. I'll show you a few tips that I use to show students how to increase their vocabulary skills. And I'll give you a few ideas about where and how you can do this. So here we have a topic table all around the topic of technology. In this lesson, I'll show you 5 common topics and their topic tables. But it's going to be a good idea that you start making your own. And I'll show you some places that you can do that at the end of the lesson. For now, let's take a look at some examples of this vocabulary in use. An iPad is a highly useful but expensive mobile device. Social media such as Facebook is very popular. Virtual reality headsets are the cutting-edge technology of today. To children, a mobile phone is a must-have piece of technology. Windows is very intuitive. People can understand it quickly. Facial recognition is considered a major breakthrough for security. In my opinion, a simple design is better. It looks cleaner and is classier. Let's move on to our next common topic, which is education. Here's the first sentence. The British education system is famous around the world. Through education, young people can have a positive social impact. Attainment in some universities can be low if the teaching is poor. Although being academic is important, finding time to relax is a big must. Firstly, a graduate will often be paid a higher basic wage than others. Some people prefer to learn in a more hands-on, practical environment. The welfare of children should be a priority in all schools. On to our next vocabulary list, all about the topic of health. The wellness of their citizens is more important than money. A poor diet can lead to bad physical well-being. Due to stress, workers' mental well-being was negatively affected. It appears to me that fitness and eating healthy foods are highly important. The lack of quality hospitals could lead to illness and a spread of infection. Obesity is a global issue. Governments worldwide need to find a solid solution. Due to over-farming, natural vitamins found in many foods may be lost. Our next topic is all about the environment. The pollution of rivers has led to a lack of clean drinking water. Although more housing is needed, people must also care for conservation. The advantage of travelling by bikes is that they are more eco-friendly. Due to growing cities, many animals are becoming endangered. Global warming is clearly a problem that will only worsen with time. A solution would be to ensure the local habitat is protected and kept safe. Fossil fuels, such as gas and coal, are major causes of pollution. And here is a short list of vocabulary all about the common topic of society. Here's the first example. Common values such as not stealing are shared by many. A common British stereotype of English people is that they drink tea. An advantage of globalization is that countries trade internationally. Many young adults would love to emigrate to a foreign country. Older people can contribute a lot to our society through their experiences. Poverty means people will often have a shorter lifespan due to illness. Many immigrants could experience a big culture shock in their new country. That brings us to an end of these 5 super important and very common topics. But you might be asking, what about the other topics that I didn't cover? Now I'm going to show you a few resources that you can use to boost your vocabulary. And as I said before, it will take time. These websites will provide some absolutely brilliant articles that will really help with IELTS Task 2 and your general level of English. Spend time every day reading through them. The first essential website to be looking at daily is BBC World News. Here you'll learn some really important vocabulary and keep up to date with global news. A company called TED Talks films speakers talking on a range of topics. It's great for your listening skills too. The monthly magazine or website from the National Geographic is a great place to learn vocabulary for the topics of the environment, travel, and wildlife. Lastly, The Economist and their website is great for articles related to science and business. Here are 4 websites that you can use every day to expand your vocabulary. Make sure, just like I showed you, you are creating topic-specific vocabulary tables. That way, you'll be able to expand the range and level of your vocabulary at a much quicker rate. That's all for the first part of vocabulary for IELTS Writing Task 2. Get ready for part 2 in the next lesson.